All right. Let's see. I should be live now. Good afternoon. Let me see. That one is live. That one is live. That one is live. Twitch, always the problem child. Twitch, always the problem child. Not live yet. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Come on in. Come on in. It's the return. I am back. Oh, I'm back and I'm still tired. I'm back and I'm still tired. But come on in. Hey, Michelle. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. Sean, welcome. Welcome. Robert Willis, welcome. Welcome back to the afternoon experience. I am back. I am back. Dante, just come on in, say hey. Come on in, say hey. Good afternoon. What's up? Throw up some emojis, whatever. Come on in. Sean says, nice shirt. Thank you. Thank you. Breenie, hey, I am back. Lewis says, praise God. Thank you, I guess. Or thank God. I don't know. Erica, good afternoon. Jason, good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm sorry I had to leave you bored. I apologize. You had what? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm about to say you had Al Sharpton, but you had gospel music. Tria, thank you. Thank you. I need to get the collar together. Collar a little flared out or something. Tony, Anthony, Diane, Karen. All right, y'all know me. I get bogged down trying to shout out everybody. Phyllis, Carol, Bridget, Patricia, Nikki. No more unscheduled PTO. Yes, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome everybody. Come on in. Come on in. Let's see, right now we're at about 30 something. Now I'm going to give it a few people a little bit of opportunity to get in here, and you know, because I've been missing. Phyllis says missing the Black excellence backdrop. Please bring it back. I will do that. I'll do that. Maybe that's what I'll do from here on out. It take a little bit of time. Well, that one I didn't put together. I lifted that one from somebody's page, but give me a little bit of time. Let me put one together, and I'll put up a new one like every week. So there'll be a new backdrop every week. Let's see. Veronica, welcome. Everybody, come on in. Brent and GC, like it's real now. It's a real party because Brent and GC are here. And Geneva, GC, it's not the afternoon experience. It's the afternoon experiment. Because we trying something. New. At least it's new for me. We trying something new. I didn't tuck my cord under my... Hold on a second. Hold on. It's going to get a little noisy. Hold on. I got to tuck the cord under here. And get the mic out. Let's see all this stuff that I go through. Cord under there. Get the mic out. And then clip it on. There we go. So the cord is gone. Sorry about all the noise. All right. And yeah, I was kind of rushing because I was working on something. And I finally got it together. But let me say thank y'all. Thank everybody for your patience for last week, me not being here. But like I'm only sharing this because somebody suggested that I was lying. Somebody suggested that me, your noble king of talk, was telling a lie. Like, he wasn't off the whole week because he just didn't want to do it. Why don't he just say he don't want to do it if he don't want to do it instead of coming up with some weak excuse? I got no reason to lie. I got no reason to lie. I was the church, Fresh Anointing Impact Church. That's the church that I go to. They were in a facility. They moved from that facility to another facility. So now they're sharing a facility with another church. But in order to get in, move in all of our equipment, set everything up. And again, we're sharing the space, but it's like two totally different feels for a church. Turning Point Pentecostal Church is the other church. And they are very much they're just a little subdued. It's an older congregation, and they like the volume at a decent level. Turn it down. It's too loud. The church that I go to, Fresh Anointing Impact Church, every once in a while the pastor say, turn it up, make it sound like a rock concert in here. So, so I had to incorporate their system, which could not handle what we do, and our system without taking their system out. So I had to create a situation where I can, when their service is over, I can roll our stuff out, connect it, and we had to install lights. Because, it's just a regular old church. But again, our church, FAI, is, they go a little hard. And one of the sound guy who installed their sound system, when he saw what we do, he was like, yeah, now y'all would blow these speakers up. I mean, they would literally catch fire. So yes, how we gonna work this? So I had to do all of that. It took the entire week to get our lighting in, to get our sound in, to incorporate, because I incorporated we're wireless, they were more wired. So to incorporate, they were partially, it was just a whole, and then to put in our entire video system so we can live stream. It was a lot. It was a lot. So I had to be all week. And even after all of that, I failed. I was partially set up, but not really. So I did all of that all week, moving stuff in, moving stuff out, moving stuff in, moving stuff out. Everything was good. Come Sunday morning, their service ended at 11:30. Our service starts at 12. That gives me a half hour to move everything in and get it all set up. And I was doing pretty good. But somebody said in the earlier service, like, I turned on all the power for you. So you good, you ain't got to worry about that. And me, being the trusting person that I am, trusted that was the case. Well, that was not the case. And I didn't check it. So when I rolled all our stuff out and hooked it up, I'm like, I ain't getting no power. And I didn't even think to go check the breaker to see if they had switched on our power, because somebody told me that they had. And everything was working for the early service. So we got started like a half hour late because we didn't have no sound. We didn't have no lights. We didn't have no video. And I take that 100% on me. I dropped the ball. It won't happen next week. And I will live stream our service on these here pages. So y'all can see that I ain't been just making stuff up. If I just wanted to not be here, I wouldn't be here. I would just say, hey, I won't be here this week. I'll see y'all next week. I ain't got no reason to lie about it. But it was a whole ordeal. And I failed royally. But that won't happen again. But that was my week. I was in I went there around 9 o'clock every morning. And then I would leave sometime around 9:30. and some nights even up to 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. But I was doing all of that. I had to get it done. I had to make it happen, but I made it happen. Sort of. So we good to go now. It was just, and when I figured out what it was one switch. It clicked. I just felt like the biggest idiot in the world. But I learned, if you want something done, the king got to do it. So that's the way it'll be. Also, thank you, Jason, for leading me into this. Let's see. Yeah, if you want to call the show, you call 513-717-KING. 513-717-KING. And we gonna make it happen. See, I got a little thing because I gotta be able to hear the calls. We gonna make it happen. See, don't be shorting me like I don't know what I'm doing. Now I have to say this is a little bootleg only because I gotta have this cable because I left my real earbuds at the church and I didn't notice it until just now. But I got a few pair of earbuds. So if you want to share your thoughts on the afternoon experiment, you just give me a call, 513-717-KING. See there? See, Jason, I'm a man of my word. I am a man of my word. I make it happen if I say I'm going to make it happen. Okay, I was a little behind the end of the month, but that's because I had other things going on. So if you want to give me a call, if you want to have your thoughts and you share your thoughts and whatnot, give me a call. 513-717-5464. Don't tell me no. Oh, I guess we're not gonna be able to call in. Come on now, I don't get down like that. If I say it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. If I say it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Now I'm sitting here looking at this computer just because I've not taken a call. So somebody give me a call. Give me a call. Just say hi. I got to make sure everything is working just fine. So I need a what do they call it? A maiden call. Somebody got to be the first caller. So that's that. But everything should work out just fine. I think I got everything set the way it's supposed to be. No, I guess we're not gonna be able to take calls. Yeah, I don't lie about this stuff. Now wait a minute. Oh, I got a few calls coming in. Let's see. Let's go here. Hey, welcome to the afternoon experiment.
Hey, what's going on there, man? You just being your test person to test it out, see if it's working for you.
All right. What's your name?
This Key.
Key, I appreciate you calling in and checking it out for me.
All righty. I was wondering where you was at. I've been looking for you for a few days. I'm like, where is Emanuel at? I need him.
Yeah, I had to go handle some stuff, but I'm back.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm watching you now.
All right.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
All right.
The afternoon experiment.
Hello, this is Soundbite Mike.
Soundbite Mike. Hey, I appreciate you calling me. Did you have anything you wanted to discuss?
I just wanted to be your first caller, was I?
You was number 2, but 1, 2, what's the difference?
Okay, well, I'm listening and I'm enjoying your show. I always have since you've been a radio show, talk show host.
All right. Hey, I appreciate you.
Okay, I'll be listening and I'll start calling too.
All right. I thank you very much.
You're welcome.
The afternoon experiment.
Hey, good afternoon, E-Man. How are you doing?
Good afternoon. I'm fantastic. What's your name?
This is Brent from Dallas.
Brent, you know, you officially make the party a party.
Hey, I try to add a little jokes in there, intermix between real information and serious topics. So
Yeah.
love the show and everything, but we're still looking for the merch. You need to have merch now. You're taking one step at a time, but
Yes.
get that press working.
I got some things in the works, and the merch should be coming in the next couple weeks.
All right.
All right.
All right. Hey, I appreciate that. Let me just around the house.
All right.
All right.
All right. That was Brent, the afternoon experiment.
Hey there, this is Jamal.
Jamal, my man,
What's up,
Jamal.
man?
From the he can testify to y'all. I was there all week. He goes to the church that I go to. And yeah, I don't lie about that stuff.
No, he ain't lying, y'all. He ain't lying. Now, he may have been exaggerative, but he was busy.
What?
He was definitely busy.
First, I don't think exaggerative is a word. But second,
right,
I did not exaggerate. I was there every day, and yeah, I butchered it, but we'll fix it next time.
Gotcha.
All right.
So,
go ahead.
One thing I have been able to talk about that I wanted to talk to somebody about was the infamous slap. I wanted to hear your perspective on the Will Smith slap.
Oh my goodness.
Particularly regarding the fact that Chris Rock's ticket sales, the minimum price for his ticket sales was about $50-something. Since the slap, the minimum price is like $300. And then Will Smith's book pricing hasn't changed, but his numbers has rise. Do you think they utilize this to make money?
Okay. I really didn't want to talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like
I got another topic.
It's like old news, but I will address it. But you said you got another topic. What else you got?
My topic is: do you think that there is do you think the media influence has really impacted us more than we ever expected? Because the reason why I say that, because we're not talking about COVID anymore. Everything is strictly Ukraine, whereas COVID is still around. Do you think they may have hyped COVID just because it was the primary thing?
No, they didn't hype COVID. COVID was real. People were dying.
Right.
People were dying. And so they had to talk about it. But I mean, everything is kind of dropping off now. I guess enough people got vaccinated, or enough people have this natural immunity from having gotten the virus that, hospitalizations are since the start of the pandemic at like an all-time low. So yeah, no, it ain't much to talk about now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just had a family member pass away from it, so that's why I'm like,
oh,
let me see what the King of Talk got to say.
Well, I hate to hear that. First, sorry to hear about that. And I mean, it is still out here that you can still die from it. So it's still a real thing. It's a serious thing. And, you should still be washing your hands, maybe wearing the mask. I still wear mine sometimes. I ain't gonna lie, I don't wear it all the time, but I still wear mine. You should still take precautions because people can still die from it. I mean, it still exists.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I ain't gonna be on here messing with you like Blade does and all them random people. But all right, man, you have a good one. I'll talk to you soon.
Jamal, you do the same. All right. That was Jamal. 513-717 King. 513-717 King. All right, now I got a lot of stuff going on here. And yes, it's a one-man show. So I gotta, and just for the record, I can take one call at a time. I see all the calls ringing, but if it's ringing, I can only take one at a time. Welcome to the afternoon experiment.
Hey,
Hey,
this is Sister V. I'm like, I just wanted to holler and let you know you're looking well rested and looking like a king. You're making some king moves here. And there hasn't been too many females calling in except the first one. So I just thought I'd call in, say, hey, we're out here, we're listening.
I appreciate you calling in, Sister V. And I hopefully you call in with some more insight, because I know You got your finger on the pulse of what's going on in the city,
I
especially
got my.
as it relates to a lot of this healthcare stuff.
You better believe it. And I'm telling you, it's that COVID is still around. You told the brother correct. But in time, we have some more conversation on that, and I'll give you an update.
All right.
All right. Talk
Sister
to
B,
you.
thank you for calling in.
Uh-huh.
All right. 513-717-5464. 513-KING. That's the number to get on board. Hold on a minute. I didn't hang up on that line. All right. Sorry about that. Welcome to the afternoon experiment.
You don't sound 77.
Huh? What?
What's going on, Emanuel?
Hey, what's
You
going
lose-
on?
You loser immigrant. I just wanted to be your first troll on your phone.
Glenn.
What's going on, man? Yeah, what's happening, man?
Hey, what's going on? Let's see.
You were exaggerative. I think that's what he said.
That was-
Hey, that's the first new word of your show. We're gonna loo it up and be exaggerative about it.
I was a little exaggerative. Yes.
Hey, please, no slap calls and no vaccine calls. No, we can't.
Well,
That was probably the best thing that you had to do while you were busy with the church. And you probably like, man, I'm glad I don't have to talk about this because I know you heard every angle that's out there.
No.
And I'm sure you want to give your angle. So go ahead and give us your good 5 minutes of it and get it off your chest,
And
man.
that's
Like Rebel Rouser. You
that's
got
gonna
10
be
years
about
worth of
it.
stuff to get off.
Yeah, that's gonna be about it. I'm gonna give you about 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna be done. I already got banned off Facebook for however long. I didn't even know I was banned. I was just on there one night after coming home from the church, and I posted a few posts. And then a few days later, I went to like something, and it was like, you are whatever the message says. I was like, for real? I'm in jail. I've never been in Facebook jail. So as a first timer, you know me, I was concerned, that whole anal rape. I didn't want to be raped or nothing. So I was concerned a little bit about that. But I was like, it's virtual. And I don't know if you could virtually anally rape somebody. So I should be good. But then, yeah, I guess I'm still on probation because I can't participate in groups for the next however many days or whatever. So,
Well, see, that's the thing. We thought it was just a rumor because we was already ready to put money on your books and everything. Let me tell you, man, I've done about 3 or 4 bids, so I can tell you, though. I can tell you about that Facebook jail life, dog. I'm telling you, it's lonely. It really is. You can't post anything, and you got stuff you want to say, man. Especially when the Will Smith stuff jumped off, I know you would have had something to say. So I get it, man. But it's good to have you back. You came through on your promise. You said before the end of the month that you would have the phone lines going. So that was about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks ago. So you held up to your promise. But yeah, man. Let me ask you this. Is this your Google phone number? Is that what you did? And you had a chance to choose between, a bunch of different numbers?
No. I didn't do a Google phone number. I went with a service. And they're not paying me, so I don't want to hype them. But I went with a service, so I am paying for this phone line.
You know you can get one free, right?
Yeah, I know, but it wasn't the same.
You couldn't have got the King.
Right.
Because that's what I was wondering, like, how you get King?
As a king, the way I move.
You like the Blake Maislin of phone numbers now?
Hey, it happened, and I'm happy I'm here.
Okay. Hey, it's good to have you back, brother. One last thing. Is that Polo?
Izod.
Okay, look at you. You were 88, 86, 88 Izod game back in the day. Because Izod was out before Polo. So you remember? I remember. I'm old enough to remember that, man.
Yeah, with the little alligator.
You was wearing Izod at Aiken, weren't you?
No, I never had Izod. I actually threw a fit with my mama once because she never bought name brand stuff. And I remember I just straight threw a fit. Like, I can't get nothing name brand. I can't get I went through it all. And so she bought me something.
Had you gone to Woodward, you could have got you 3 or 4 Woodward outfits before you left the front circle.
Well, she bought me some bootleg something like Well,
Not the Hunter's Ridge.
Izod had the alligator.
Right.
Somebody else had my mama bought me something that had a little fox. I was like,
I don't remember those. I thought you was gonna say a gecko at first.
yeah, no, I think it was like from J.C. Penney or something like that. It had a little fox. I was like, hey, I ain't care. I had something on my chest. So
I know that's right.
Good.
But I remember the first bootleg. I think it was like Hunter's Ridge or something like that. It was like but the guy was like on the reverse side of the horse, so it wasn't like a really polo symbol. So, but anyway, man, it's good to have you back, brother. I'm glad you got the phone line. It's good to be able to interact with you, and like I said, good to have you back. You have a good one, man.
All right, Glenn, you do the same. 513-717 King. That's the number. 513-717-5464. All right, let me deal with it. Let me deal with it for just a moment. I promise y'all, this ain't gonna be long. Will Smith was wrong. Will Smith was wrong. He shouldn't have walked up there and slapped Chris Rock. And I get people talking about, oh, but he talked about his wife. But again, if you kind of take that and you put that into regular everyday life. Number one, yeah, he's a comedian and people gonna say things. Number two, he said G.I. Jane 2. He said G.I. Jane 2. People were talking about how he crossed the line and how disrespectful it was. And he said G.I. Jane 2. Y'all know it's a movie, right? And I wouldn't be shocked if after this, some movie executive calls Jada and says, did you want to make G.I. Jane 2? Jada's an attractive woman. She fit. She could do the role and make a lot of money. The movie would make a lot of money. And I'm not going to lie, when I saw the bald head, that really did kind of jump in my mind. Like, she could play that role. So he was wrong. You don't just run around slapping people. Even though I still believe it was staged. Every fiber of my being believes it was staged. But let's say it wasn't staged. Will Smith slapped like a bitch. If it wasn't staged, who slaps like that? Who does that? How is that any? Again, not to mention, I can't tell you last time I just slapped a brother. You know what I'm saying? I've punched people before. But I never. Who does that? So yeah, Will was wrong. It was a joke. Deal with it and move on. You got to deal with, but alopecia. And I heard somebody saying, well, if it was my wife, I might not have walked up on the stage and did anything, but he'd had to deal with me. Deal with you, why? Because he made a joke. So again, the thing is, now what? Y'all want to live in the world where if someone says you got a big head, it's all right to slap them, punch them, hit them, be violent towards them? Oh, if somebody says your wife got a big head, then it's okay to slap them, hit them, punch them, be violent towards them? Of course not. Of course not. Come on. I don't think a lot of y'all are being reasonable. I know y'all like Will Smith. I don't like Will Smith. So, but I'm not allowing that to cloud my judgment. I don't care for the man, but either way you look at it, he was wrong. You can't just be physically assaulting people. Oh, but she got alopecia. And then, a part of me is like, okay, she got alopecia. I know a person or two with alopecia. But I don't know anyone, and I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I haven't done an in-depth study. I don't know how many people die every year from alopecia. Somebody told me it was more than leukemia, heart disease, HIV, and something else put together. Of course it's not. Because, come on. She got alopecia. She losing a little hair. I think I saw a picture where there's like a little line at the top of her head. Come on. She's straight. I'm sure it's not happy. You know, you're not happy. Like, oh, I'm losing my hair. But my question is, so is male pattern baldness now off the table to talk about? But that's not a disease. Of course it is. It's male pattern baldness. It's something that you got that you probably don't want. I don't know any men that want male pattern baldness. So you can't talk about that, right? Come on, y'all. Let's be reasonable. You like Will, so you kind of, riding his job. But come on. Hold on, let me go to the phone. It's the afternoon experiment.
Hey, man, it's CK, man. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, CK?
Man, I'm glad to see you back in business, man. Back in business, man. Hey, show still entertaining. You hear me?
I hear you.
Hey, still, then you come with the phone lines. Good God. Now you came with the, and I have to say, man, I am a fan of Will Smith, and everything you just said was right on the money, man. That was a cowardly act, man. That was a cowardly act, and they got to go. But man, I'm gonna hit you up, man.
All right.
All right, brother.
All right. That's CK. CK said it was cowardly. I think it was made up, staged, not cowardly, but definitely I think it was staged. But I think that's about it. I can't think of anything else that I really have to say about it. He shouldn't have did it. I think it was staged. Kind of to Jamal's point, I think they both gonna make money from it. It's Hollywood. No such thing as bad publicity. He might be suffering some kind of consequences now, but I think he'd be all right. He gonna end up making a whole lot more money off of it. Welcome to the afternoon experiment.
Oh, what's up, E, man? This your boy, B-Rad, man. I'm checking in with you, my guy.
Hey, I appreciate it, B-Rad. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, it's good to see you, man. Can you hear me clear?
I can hear you relatively clear. Sound like you
Give me a
vacuuming
second.
in the
Give me one
background or
second.
something.
How was that sound? That's better, E, man?
Yeah, that's better. No, and then he got cut off. Okay. When it got better, he got gone. But I think that's about it. I can't think of anything else really of any significance to say about it. Jokes are jokes. Y'all know comedians gonna tell jokes. Alopecia ain't that daggone serious. Well, okay, hold on, let me take that back. I guess if you got it, you're losing your hair, it's serious to you. But in the grand scheme of diseases, it's not that serious. I think Will gonna make a lot of money off of it. He'll weather this storm, but he been being talked about all week, all last week, and probably this week. And I think Chris Rock gonna make a lot of money off of it as well. I don't know what else there is to say. And people talk all these other conversations. He don't represent all black men. I'm not ashamed or anything by it. Now, if I were the producers of the show, then I would be like, bro, maybe you messed up our shot. I might not be all that happy with him. But what he did do was, and if I were in the entertainment industry and I were there, I would be mad. Because I'll be honest, I have no idea who won any of the Oscars. I don't know who won Best Picture. I don't know what song won. I don't know who won Best Actress, Supporting Actor, Supporting Actress. All I know is Will fake slapped Chris Rock, and then he won an award. Denzel was there and said something to him about it, and Lupita is still fine. That's all I can tell you about the Oscars. So all of those other people who won, Will stole y'all thunder, or Will and Chris Rock, because again, I think it was staged. That's pretty much all I got to say about it. All right? That's pretty much all I have to say about it. If you want to call in and share your thoughts, 513-717-KING, 513-717-5464. I had to look at the number because, it's new. It's new. Let's see. Robin says they already making money, laughing all the way to the bank. Done deal. Mission accomplished. Yeah. Oscars got their views back. All right. Fran just want to know if it's okay to slap people for saying something that you don't like. Is that standard retroactive? So yeah, that makes sense. I could just go back now and just start slapping the fire out of people. I remember a couple years ago, you said something about, and you could just, just go slap somebody. Yeah. I think we should make it retroactive. And then, of course, I get banned from Facebook for being sarcastic because the people were saying, hey, you got to stand up for your wife and blah, blah, blah. And I said something about, well, why didn't he just, take something and do something to illustrate the point that violence is not the answer. And then they were like, I guess you blocked. So, okay, I'm blocked. Or I'm on probation now. I'm not blocked any longer. Let's go back to the phone. You're on the afternoon experiment.
Well, then, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, GC. I recognize that voice.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. And you?
I'm doing pretty good. It's good to hear you. It's good to see you. I'm in my car now, so I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
On, through my car thing. Isn't that good? Yeah. So I was hoping that we could do some serious work while you're on the air here.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I'm thinking about PACs and stuff that really matters to our communities. Some of the stuff that you've talked about that you like to do when it comes to voting issues. You talked about the child support stuff. You talked about just so many things that impact our community. So I'm looking forward to the afternoon experiment and us experimenting with things that we can really form to do some things that make a true difference. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm
really looking forward to that. I would love to talk about forming some type of PAC to where we can go to some of these legislators or some of these people running and begin to put our agendas and stuff on the ballots and on their minds and on their hearts, and just start making them kind of know that our vote matters. And I think that you might be the person that can help us to get that on. And I'm willing to help. I'm not willing to sit back. I'm willing to come in on the front line here. Okay. To have to kind of do some things like that, because this, I'm getting so sick of them knowing how we going to respond and how we're going to react. Like this Will Smith thing, the first night it happened, yes, it was just like, oh my God. And then at first I kind of said, no, it wasn't fake. And then I'm with you now. The more I look, the more they show it, it looked fake. And so it's like, what is the motive? And how we've just been talking about it. It's been unbelievable when there's so many other things. The redistricting in the county is going on. The Supreme Court Justice, Honorable what is her name? Jackson or Johnson? What's her name? Jackson?
Yes,
Jackson. I think that's her name, Jackson. And it's just so much other things that are going on that's affecting us, and we really been harping on this thing like he went up there and killed the guy. I mean, even if it was so, he just slapped him. Okay.
Well,
and
it's not okay. But
I mean, it's not okay, but it ain't worth all this media attention.
Of course it. Look, here's why I got all that. I mean, I know you know, but here's why. Because it does send he's kind of put himself out there as kind of this everyman. He is everyman, but as a black man. And believe it or not, just like his people riding his jock right now, those people kind of follow him because, as a society, GC, this. We're a lot of followers. And so if the idea that it's okay to be violent
No.
Right. And
Even
that's
he didn't say that later. He
and
came back and apologized. He made a nice statement.
and then you put on top of that, you know, he's a celebrity. Come on, we talk about celebrities just ad nauseum because we are a celebrity obsessed.
And maybe
culture.
that's a part of the problem. Go ahead. Maybe that's.
I agree. That is a part of the problem. It is. But yeah, I mean, it's okay to talk about. But just because you're talking about that, don't mean that you're not focusing on other things.
Well, but I mean, some things are very. My pastor preached about distractions this weekend, and I mean, and she talked about distractions bring derailment. And I'm telling you, some of the things that they get us with is some of the same things that we focus on and go into so much. I mean, I'm not saying that it wasn't. I said the first time, oh wow, okay, that was just huge. It was something that but it happened with a celebrity and it happened at the Oscars. Who gives a crap about the Oscars? They never wanted us on anyway, which I didn't kind of feel like, well, maybe they finally let us on. He was finally getting ready. If anything came out of that, the thing that Denzel said to him, which is true for all of us, sometimes at your highest point comes your greatest adversary. That's the whole message out of that for me. Samuel Jackson got an award. We didn't even know about that, even though they didn't air that. But we didn't even talk about that. Anyway, that's just my feeling, and I'm going to get off of that. Because I don't even want to talk about that.
Right.
I want
put together a pack.
Huh?
You want to put together a political action committee?
Emanuel. And I think, well, it's been time to do it, but I think because I've listened to you over the years, and one thing that I respect about you, and I hope it stays true, is that I don't think that you can be bought. And you know why I don't think you can be bought? Not for what you say, but what you've done. Even here recently, you gave up a job, and I don't think that you was making a little bit of money.
I was just a little bit.
Well, it wasn't too little. It was probably more than what I make. God bless America.
Trust me, it wasn't.
I think you was more than what I make. I'm gonna kick your rear end.
I have no idea how much money you make, but trust me, I was not making more money than you make.
I bet you ain't. But I'm gonna say this to you: if you wasn't making more than me, you should have been gone. Now, don't take away me getting ready to give you some glory. Please don't do that.
I'm telling you, GC. I'm not here to hide nothing. I try to be honest. Again, I don't know how much money you make, but I can almost guarantee that you was making more money than me.
Right now, I can't stand you, so I'm not gonna go with him. I'm gonna say, you know who I really love? One of the callers, he just called in. His name is CK because he sound like my cousin Sean. I love CK. Anyway, now I'm gonna sound like CK. I'm getting ready to not give you your props because you just watered it down. So I'm done. I only got one other question.
All right, real quick.
Are you gonna be having Dave Stinger on? I mean, you said you're a one-man show, but that was like your partner. Or will Dave Stinger be making an appearance?
I will see if I can get Dave Stinger to come to the lab and us do some experimenting together.
And even though I don't like him, it's something about it. Guy you love to hate. Have a good day.
GC, you do the same.
Love you, Emanuel.
That's GC. 513-717-5464. 513-717 King. Because I am the king of talk. That never changed. Yeah, you could call in. You can have your voice heard. You can call in and have your voice heard. It was something else that I was wanting to talk about. And I was just starting to talk about it, and then GC called in. Ketanji Brown Jackson. Hi, Mary. Ketanji Brown Jackson. She is they're about to send it from committee. They say it'll probably be 11-11. So it'll go from committee to the full Senate, and they'll vote like Thursday or Friday. The confirmation vote will be like Thursday or Friday. And at least one Republican, which I don't remember her name, at least one Republican has said, I'm voting yes. And that makes me excited. Look, I am still excited about the first Black female Supreme Court justice. I'm still excited about that. I can't wait for the confirmation vote. I can't wait for it. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But even again, for me, if it goes 50-50 and Kamala Harris gets to be the decision maker, or as George W. Bush would say, the decider, I'm with that. I'm with that. I think that would be beautiful for, I know there's some of y'all don't view her this way, but it would be beautiful for the first Black woman vice president to be the decider on the first Black woman Supreme Court justice. I think that would be beautiful. It would be a little shameful that it had to come to that, but it would be beautiful. But I don't understand what these Republicans are, what's the message that they send? They're all saying, or at least I haven't heard any who didn't say, she's supremely qualified. So there's no conversation about whether or not she's qualified, whether or not she's intelligent enough, whether or not she would even do a good job. No one's really questioning it. They're not questioning her character. No one's questioning that. No one is questioning anything. It's just, but she was nominated by Biden. Or she's Black. Those are the only two things that I can come up with why these Republicans are voting no. But she's got all the qualifications in the world. By all accounts, she's an amazing jurist. She's the highest integrity. All right, she got everything, right? Yeah, but I'm not going to vote for her. Why? They don't say why. They don't say why. Greg says, I think they are saying she is liberal and will not support their specific views. And we all know that's no reason to not vote for her, because that's one of the things that they keep bringing up. The judges aren't supposed to be there to be liberal, conservative, or anything else. They're supposed to be there to interpret and interpret the Constitution and apply that to the cases that come before them. That's what they're supposed to be able to, that's what they're supposed to be there to do. So if that's what you want them to do, if that's the reason why you're asking, define a woman. If that's the reason why you're asking nonsensical questions like that, define a woman. Because you want to make sure that she's not taking some views to the court that will affect her decision. That would be the last reason to vote no. That would be the last reason to vote no. She doesn't believe like I believe. But does she believe in the Constitution? And will she look at the Constitution, look at the case, say this law is unconstitutional, this act was unconstitutional, or based on the Constitution and this law, this is a constitutional law. You might not like it, but it's constitutional. That's kind of what they're supposed to do. Well, she doesn't believe like I believe, so I can't. Come on. You're wrong for that. You're wrong for that. 513-717-KING. 513-717-5464. That's the number to get on. It's the afternoon experiment. I got to figure out, because this welcome to the afternoon experiment, that sounds boring to me. That sounds boring to me. I need a little something more. And I'm toying with the idea of, welcome to the lab or something. Because, experiments, a lot of those happen in a laboratory setting. I haven't made a decision yet. I'm toying with the idea. Toying with the idea. Let's see. Cindy Hill says, define a woman. Okay, let me pull up my dress and let you see this woman. Oh Lord. I don't know if that's necessarily the best idea, but all right. There's no answer for that. That's one of those trick questions. And of course, I like the way she answered it. I like the way she answered it. She kind of didn't. Because she's a smart woman. She's not going to let you put her in some ridiculous trick bag. She's not going to allow it to happen. So I like that. I like the way she answered the question. Let me see. There was a few other things. Again, I didn't get that much into the news last week. And I slept last night. After church, I got home and I went to sleep. And that little baby came over and then she went to sleep. And then I woke up, probably about 11 o'clock today. About 11 o'clock. So I was trying to go through, but I do have to say, some of y'all gonna, this will turn y'all completely off, but I turned on wrestling and, try to watch WWE last night. It was all right. It was all right. I'm not happy. I'm not happy with a lot of the results. A lot of the matches weren't amazing. But I will say that was the worst bump ever that daggone Vince McMahon. Look, once you get old, don't do all that plastic surgery stuff. Just get old with grace. He can't even make facial expressions now. That's always, why do people do that? Like, that don't make you look young. Doing all that stuff don't make you look young. He can't make facial expressions. And he was trying to look angry, but he couldn't move his face. He was trying to look surprised, but he couldn't because the way they got his eyes fixed, he always looked surprised. It was terrible. It was terrible. Wyatt says, now you're talking about something staged. Wrestling is it. Yes, wrestling is. As is most of the movies that you watch. Most of the movies that you watch, that stuff ain't actually happening. But you watch them anyway because they entertain you. Same deal with wrestling. Same deal with wrestling. When what was that movie? Arnold Schwarzenegger. And he covered himself with mud so that the alien wouldn't be able to see him. And the alien was shooting lasers or something like that. I don't want to spoil it for nobody, but it wasn't no actual alien hunting Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jesse the Body Ventura. That was fake. But we watched it and we were entertained by it. We watched it and we were entertained by it. They put in some special effects. They used different scenes, so you wasn't actually seeing the predator. You wasn't actually seeing the view of the predator with the thermal vision. That was all fake. But it entertained us. So we watched it. I don't understand y'all be bashing wrestling. I mean, as a former professional wrestler, it's offensive. I don't understand why y'all do it. Y'all watch a lot of the reality shows that y'all watch. Those are all staged too. Those are staged too. But my Mrs. Livingston, she watches Real Housewives of Atlanta. And they forever going on a trip. They forever going on a trip or throwing a party of some sort. They always doing stuff like that. How many trips do you go on in a 3-month period? And just invite all your girlfriends or all your homies and their wives or husbands, depending on who they are. Because them things don't film all that long. And they go here and they go there. And, oh, we went to Jamaica, and then we shot a commercial in the Bahamas, and then we went to Aruba, and now we all going to so-and-so. It's not real. It's fake. Those are all contrived situations. All contrived situations. Ben says, wrestling don't even appear to be realistic. But the Predator did. Wait a minute. So, in your mind, the alien spaceship that crashed and hunted Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jesse the Body Ventura, and all of their special forces friends using his thermal vision, shooting lasers at people, tracking them, bleeding neon green blood. That seemed real to you. That seemed like something you deal with every day. That was realistic. Come on. It's all fake. It's all about entertainment. It's all about entertainment. And if it entertains you, watch it. Wrestling entertains me. So I'll watch it. That's it. That's it. Do I still think the slap was staged? Yes. Yes. If WWE doesn't put Gorgeous Rick Rhodes in the Hall of Fame next year. But yeah, no, it wasn't an amazing WrestleMania, but you know. Why would Chris Rock accept a fake slap? His career is booming. He don't need that to sell himself. Why wouldn't he? Why would they don't need to do a whole lot of the stuff that they do for publicity. They making plenty of money. But there are people who, you know, take stuff to the next level because they want to make more money. How long people been talking about this fake slap now? How long? And somebody said that the prices of Chris Rock's tickets have gone up. Will Smith's book is like selling like hotcakes. I've always hated that expression. Who's just running out buying hotcakes? But, you know, selling like hotcakes. Come on. It's there might be some repercussions. There might be some repercussions, but nothing super serious. He ain't going to jail. Even if he had to pay a little fine, he ain't going to jail. And they could not have bought, Chris Rock and Will Smith could not have bought this type of attention. They couldn't have paid enough money, bought enough commercials for almost everybody to be talking about them for a week or so straight. Come on, it makes sense that it could be. I feel like it is. I'm not saying with 100% certainty that it is, but it makes sense that it could be staged. Who slaps like that? Who slaps like that? Just saying. Who slaps like that? Nobody slaps like that. Nobody. 513-717 King. Because I'm the king of talk. 513-717-5464. That's the number if you want to, you know, get involved in the show. If you want to get involved. And I will tell y'all this. if people don't call that number, eventually that number will go away. I'm paying for this number. I don't get no money from this. All of this stuff that I do is because I love you. It's because I love you. And if anybody talk bad about you, I will slap them. No, let me take that back. I was just joking, Facebook. I'm not slapping anybody. That was just a joke. It was me being silly, sarcasm, or being facetious or whatever. I'm not 100% sure about the definitions of any of these words, but I was joking. I'm gonna look up and everybody watching on Facebook gonna be gone because they're gonna be promoting violence. I'm not slapping anybody. I'm not slapping anybody. It was just a joke. Facebook doesn't understand joking. They don't understand joking. Cedric says exactly what? So y'all, because I'm not even talking, y'all idea is celebrities don't stage elaborate events for attention. That's the point that y'all making, because they already make good money. And because they already make good money, Randall, Wyatt, Cedric, Robinson, because they already make good money, celebrities do not stage events for attention. That's where y'all want to hang y'all hat on that. Come on. Jason says that wasn't staged. You know that for a fact. How? See, I didn't say that it was. I said I believe it was. So I will speak about it as if it was. But you're saying you have some factual information, Jason, to present to me to prove that it wasn't staged. That's what you're saying? Please present it. 513-717-5464. 513-717-KING. Present me with the facts. Present me with the facts. Will never curses. That's not true. That's not true. Not true at all. The fact that you believe that Will never curses is problematic. Look, I get that you like Will Smith, that you would have his baby if you could. No, okay, I take that back. You might not have it, but you might not have his baby. Okay, but I get that you like Will Smith. I get it. But some of the stuff y'all say to back up the people that y'all support worries me. Worries me. It's definitely not true. He cursed on some of his raps. No, couldn't, because Will Smith never curses. Come on. You can say, I like Will Smith. I don't believe it was staged, but just leave it at that. Leave it at that. He was in bed with a man. In that one movie, which was terrible acting, by the way. In that one movie, what was it, 6 degrees of separation or whatever, where he wasn't really acting, he was just talking proper. That was some horrible acting, and they acted like it was amazing. Let's see, what else is going on? Let me say this. I'm glad that Kyrie Irving, New York, lifted the stupid ban on or the I had the coronavirus, so I can't think of the word right now. And I said it not too long ago. Come on, y'all. What's the word? It's not meth. Y'all can't see me. I'm doing the shooting, even though they don't do it there. What do you get to not get the virus? I can't believe I cannot think of this word. That was a sketch on Saturday Night Live. How messed up is your brain? And I was like, she is vaccine. Thank you. I could not think of the word. Hold on, somebody on the line. Let me go to the line. Welcome to the afternoon experiment.
What's going on, Emanuel? Just keep calling again. I'll just let you know, don't get rid of this number. And I was going to say, maybe you want to try to find somewhere to put it where it stays on the screen. Because, you know, some people come in late, they might not know you got a phone number. And it keeps leaving every time a comment comes through. So maybe you want to put it somewhere where it stays on the screen when the comments come in, too.
I appreciate that idea.
All right.
It's not a bad idea. Thank you. That was a good idea. It really was. But yes, the vaccine. I'm going to get back to that. Kyrie Irving, vaccine. When I get off track and I say, what was I about to talk about? Somebody put it up there. But yes, Saturday Night Live, they did a skit like, how messed up is your brain? And they were asking them different stuff. Like they showed them a picture of a wheelbarrow and they were like, what is this called? And they had the 3 contestants and they couldn't remember the name of it. And then she was saying something, but she couldn't think of what it was, but she was describing it perfectly. So we all knew what she was talking about, but she couldn't think of it. I was like, that is exactly what I go through now. And that was never the case before. And I done said vaccine when Jamal was on. We talked a little bit about the vaccine. I could not think about think of the word vaccine just a minute ago. But I was describing what it was. Our brains are messed up, some of us. Our brains are really messed up. Because I promise y'all, I could not think of the word vaccine. I was doing this, but they don't give it to you there. That's meth. But I was thinking vaccine. I was doing the shot thing. I was telling you it's what you take to not get the virus, but I could not think of the word. I don't know how I'm handle that. I gotta figure something. I had to start doing some of them brain exercises or something like that. Maurice says that if I had gotten vaccinated, I wouldn't have that problem. But that's not true either. That's not necessarily true either. It's just not. But anyway, back to Kyrie Irving. Now that they've lifted the ridiculous vaccine mandate, I am happy. I'm happy that brother get to go out there and play. I'm happy about that. I can appreciate it. I'm glad. And I'm rooting for the Nets now. I'm rooting for the Nets. They've not been looking amazing. KD been looking amazing because, he's KD. But yeah, I'm very happy that they lifted the mandate and he gets to play. I think it was ridiculous when he was allowed to be in the building. He was allowed to be in the building, but wasn't allowed to go on the court and play because of the ridiculous mandate. And as they lift all of these mandates, it'll be interesting to see how they deal with, or how people deal with, the repercussions of these mandates. Me, and no doubt in my mind, in a minute, if they haven't already, Radio 1 will lift their stupid vaccine mandate. No doubt. But, it'll be too late. It'll be too late. And they won't care. Trust me, I don't believe Nobody's going to call me back like, hey, we lifted the mandate. You want to come back? They won't do that. They should. The answer would be, y'all actually need to pay me some money this time. So then they'll hang up. But somebody said, will you go back? I'll answer that after I take this call. Welcome to the afternoon experiment.
Yes. Emanuel, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This is Wyatt.
Hey.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How's everything going with you?
I'm holding on. Hey, yeah, I agree with you with the Kyrie thing. That was kind of stupid. That was kind of bad. It was bad. But the question is that everyone wants to know is if Radio 1 drops their mandate, are you going back? Would you consider it?
Here's I would consider it in this way. But first, let me say it wouldn't happen because
what do you mean?
It's like I said earlier. If I'm in a relationship and something happens with the relationship, you know, the relationship is not an amazing relationship, but I'm a loyal dude, right? So we in this relationship, everything is going okay. I got some complaints, but I'm in it, so I'm gonna give 100%. And then out of nowhere, you break up with me over something stupid. All right.
Yeah.
You come back to me and you say, I want you back. I want you back, Emanuel. I'm going to say, all right, but some things got to change. Every complaint that I had in the relationship got to be fixed. Every single one. I'm not going back to the same situation. So they would not be, at least in my mind, they would not be willing to fix all of the issues that I had staying in that relationship. So since I'm already out, I'm not coming back to the same situation. And now if they said, look, we'll pay you more money. We'll give you the appropriate title. We'll, kind of give you the respect that you deserve. We'll cut some of those responsibilities that you had that wasn't supposed to be yours. There's a list of things. Then I'd say, all right, I'll be back tomorrow. But that wouldn't happen.
Right. I understand. Well, I'm sure they miss you over there. You did a great job for them. That network, they surely do miss you. I'm sure of it. But I think, quite honestly, the move that you've made has been very powerful. And it's probably going to be more beneficial for yourself and the community. If you love what you're doing, the compensation will come later, man. And I admire you for that. I've always been a true fan of your show and what you do and what you talk about. And how you stand on your circle, even when you're wrong sometimes. But now we got to have this conversation, brother. I had to come down to the studio so I can get in my frame of mind about this Chris Rock and Will Smith thing. I only want to say to you, don't compare it to wrestling. All right. That's a bad.
Hold on. You telling me I've seen much better slaps in wrestling than what happened on that stage. I've seen much better slaps.
Wow, bro. Listen, I'll be honest. Those are athletes that do the fake wrestling. They're very much athletes. You got to be good to be able to do a backhand spring and land on a table and then get your head split with a pole and get right back up. You got to really be an athlete to do that type of stuff, my friend. However, the difference is, and don't tell me that Chris Rock didn't feel that slap. I mean, it wasn't the most powerful slap. I'm sure he'll feel that damn slap till August.
Wait a minute. Wait. Right. Wyatt. This is just like a public service announcement. If you slap me with all you got, and my whole reaction is, wow. Wow.
I don't think he slapped him with all he had, though, bro. I don't think Will had it in him.
Then what's the point? What's the point of going up there slapping somebody half-heartedly?
Listen, he picked his target. All right? I've been talking about this. He picked a soft target. When you pick a soft target, you just might not go hard. You might just do enough to send a message. All right? That's the bottom line. First of all, I was the first one to say, who the hell runs up to the stage and slaps? We don't slap in the hood. We don't. He's from Philly, right?
We don't.
They punch. They punch. He ain't been in Philly since he was 16, but it's cool. We punch where we from. You don't go up there and slap no grown ass man and then turn your back right away. Everybody know I said that. But Will picked the soft target, man. That's what it is, bro. He picked the soft target. And that's why you can slap a man and then turn your back and walk away. But here's my biggest question to those.
All right.
Did everybody see the reaction of Jada after Will slap? Has anyone seen that camera angle yet?
I saw something and looked like she was laughing.
Yeah, go to my page, bro. You'll see it. And you'll see that I did a little small conversation on it. Basically, Will slapped him, walked off, and came back to the seat. And she didn't look at Will one time on his way back to the seat. And then she didn't look at him when he sat down and when he smacked him. And Chris Rock made that, Will Smith just smacked the you know what out of me. She actually laughs just like everybody else in the audience. She didn't calm her man down, or it just didn't look right to me. It looked like to me like what Chris Rock's brother said. Your woman gave you a side eye and you was in your feelings and you went up there because of what she was feeling. It just didn't look right to me. It looked like Will Smith is manipulated. Jada's manipulated him, and she has manipulated this man to the point where I think she controls his mind and what he does. I could be wrong, but I know a lot of men that are sitting in the penitentiary right now for doing the same type of stuff and being in those same emotional disasters with women, and they sitting in penitentiaries wishing they wouldn't have done what they did.
Let me ask you this, Wyatt. I mean, this might not work with you, but maybe because you're rich. But is it
You always say that.
if you and I could come together, like let's have this conversation right now. Say I told you and you believed it, you know it to be so. Like, Wyatt, look, here's what we gonna do. You say something about Mrs. Livingston, and then I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna slap you. And when it's all said and done, we gonna make millions of dollars off of the publicity of this. All right. So you do the boxing thing, right? So you go in the ring, and I'm gonna be sitting there ringside, first row, and you gonna say, "Hey, I see Mrs. Livingston sitting right there. You know, she's a dark sister. You know, look like Lupita, however you pronounce her last name." And I'm gonna come up there into the ring calmly, and then I'm gonna slap you real quick, and then I'm gonna go back and sit down. And when all is said and done, we could make, you know, $7, $8, $10 million. Would you be willing to do that?
And which, okay, just to put it in proper perspective, which one am I? I'm Chris Rock at this point, right?
Yes.
Okay. No, I would. My integrity is not for sale like that, because if I'm worth $200 million, $10 million or whatever you think he's going to make on this tour and whatever else coming with the next flicks and all that, Chris Rock's career is booming. He doesn't need this type of reaction. He doesn't need this type of publicity, nor does Will. If you really look at this, there's no win-win in this situation. I don't think Chris Rock wins because, you know, he has scrutiny, public scrutiny that's going his way of being super soft or whatever. And then and then Will Smith doesn't win in this either.
Wyatt, let me ask you this question. It's a simple, hopefully it's a simple question. I don't know the answer to it, but somebody told me you do. How much were tickets going for Chris Rock's upcoming shows?
Well, I mean, you could probably, I'm going to take a guesstimation because this is what I heard. He was selling tickets for $30.
All right.
And then people are now paying up to $300.
All right.
But now listen to this. Now, hold on. I understand the question.
I'm listening.
How long do you think that upsell is going to happen if people know that he's not going to talk about the situation? That was night number one. And now what's going to happen is they're adding shows. I see what you're saying. But if people already now know, if they're prime and prep to know that Chris Rock ain't going to say a dang gone thing about what happened that night, he's waiting for the next flicks or he's waiting for whatever they're going to put it in. Nobody's going to keep paying that high-ass price to sit there and hear his regular show.
Of course
they're going to pay the way they normally pay.
No, I don't think so, E-Man. Wyatt, because they're paying to see Chris Rock. And he'll allude to it. He might not just do a flat out statement on it, but he'll allude to it here and there. And as long as he allude to it every once in a while, you understand Adrian Broner. You understand Adrian Broner's a good dude. But you understand that he do a lot of those antics because that's what make people buy tickets and want to see him fight. You get that. So what make you think if it worked for Adrian Broner, it worked for Kanye?
Well,
Why
you know
ain't it
what?
gonna
I'm going to
work
say this.
for
I'm not
Will?
going to say that, you know, what happens is in entertainment, all publicity is good publicity.
Right.
Yes, that's true. But that don't mean that good publicity is a wave. Sometimes it becomes a tidal wave. The same thing make you laugh, make you cry. And you have to be honest. If you don't understand that industry, you know, you use someone that I'd rather not talk about, because all that publicity that made a little bit of splatter into an ocean may not be the best thing for a person.
It
And
may
it
not
might
in the
look
long run. I agree.
From the outside looking in, you know, it might look great. It might look like somebody, you know, benefited from all that negative publicity. If you know, there's a huge difference between being popular and actually capitalizing financially off your popularity. Just because you're a popular name or you got 2-3 million, you know, followers, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're being compensated for having 2 or 3 million, you know, followers.
But
it doesn't necessarily mean that.
But the way that
and it also
it's
puts
benefiting,
you a target on your back.
But the way it's benefiting them, Will is selling books. Will's next movies are going to be, he's going to get a lot more movie roles. He's going to make a lot more money.
Will probably, come on, E-Man, let's be honest. Will got $500 million worth of scripts sitting on his desk before that night even started. Those guys go through scripts. They at $20 million a movie. He don't need to do what
he gonna make more than $20 million a movie because he's Will Smith now. He's infamous.
Guys. Nah, come on, bro. He ain't no good. He's no more more wanted than he was before.
Of course he is, because now everybody's talking about it. Hell, if I had $30-40 million to make a movie right now with Will Smith, I'd be calling Will Smith. Because I don't know about this movie is going to make a whole lot of money.
Well, then why is Netflix and Sony and them guys putting hold on some of his projects?
That's just for
Explain
now.
That.
That's them is games. Those are games that they have to play. Those are games that they have to play. He understands that he was the bad guy. You know, just like wrestling, somebody got to be the good guy. Somebody got to be the bad guy. He understood, because he's not stupid, that I'm going to be the bad guy.
This is far from wrestling, and I'm going to tell you, the baddest guy he's ever going to be is the bad character on Bad Boys. That's it. Everything else is going to be Miami. You know, it's going to be Will Smith. He's not trying to convert from a good guy, Mr. Good Guy, to a bad guy. That's not it. That's not it, bro. He makes more money being the nice guy.
I think you're wrong.
I might be wrong. That's okay.
I think you're wrong.
I can only go off the fact that Will Smith being 50 years old, converting over to the Mr. Bad Guy after being a good guy.
I'm not saying he's converting to Mr. Bad Guy. He's converting to Mr. Infamous Guy. Mr. Everybody's talking about me for over a week straight. This is publicity that they could not have purchased.
No, bro, listen, man, let me just say this to you, brother. These guys have hundreds of millions of dollars. There's certain publicity things that you just don't do because they can be career detrimental. You can look at guys like Wesley Snipes.
This wasn't no career detrimental move.
Especially being African-American brothers.
This was not a detrimental move. This was not a detrimental
bro, they are on the Oscars.
Because he knew how he could play it. He knew he could play, I was defending my wife. And he know that enough of y'all marks out there, not saying that you one of the marks, but enough people are marks where they'll be like, he was defending his wife. Oh, and they will go out of their way. But believe me, people with $200 million, they want $400 million. People with $400 million want $800 million. People with $20 billion want $40 billion. And
what they don't do is they don't piss people off to up their money. That's not how you up it when you have to get the money from the people.
That's
not
true.
How you do it, bro.
Publicity will get it, and he knows that.
Nah, I disagree. You're being a chaos agent.
Wyatt, hey, I appreciate you. I'll be checking in on you to see how wrong you are coming up at 5 o'clock.
No, man. No. Hey, I appreciate you taking my call, and we'll try it again some other time when you're talking about something that you write about.
All right.
Later.
That's Wyatt. He does Wyatt Live, 5 o'clock every day. On your drive home, check him out. He's provocative. He's provocative. So you definitely want to check him out. People are saying he would have been talked about for getting the Oscar. That's not true. That's not true. I mean, it's true, but it's not true. Who talks about the person who won the Oscar for a week or 2 weeks straight? Again, yeah, well, at one point he was the highest, somebody said that. At one point he was the highest paid actor. And if he's the highest paid, let's say he's making $25 million a movie. You telling me he wouldn't want to make $50 million a movie? Y'all act like people get satisfied with their wealth. I don't know of anyone who, when they get to a certain level of wealth, say, I don't want no more. I don't know of anyone who does that. If that's the case, all these people worth hundreds of billions of dollars. They'd be like, oh, $1 billion, I'm fine. Now all the money I make, I'm giving it away. I just want to sit here at $1 billion. Stop it. That's not the way it works. People who got 20 million want 40 million. 40 million want 80 million. 1 million want 2 million. 1 billion want 2 billion. 10 billion want 20 billion. 50 billion want 100 billion. Nobody says, that's enough. Don't give me no more money. No, they got game. They got game. Now, again, unlike, who was it? Unlike somebody on here, Jason, who said he know for a fact that it wasn't staged. I don't know for a fact that it was. I just feel like it was. I just feel like it was. But I can't say that I know it for a fact. I can't say that I know it for a fact. But I do feel like it was. Wyatt wants to know, what is Jada getting out of this? What's the Rock family getting out of this? Money. Money. That's what this stuff come down to. Money. Y'all really do seem to believe he's worth $200 million. He don't need no more money. Then why don't he start doing his movies for free? Why is he selling books? Why is he intentionally gaining weight to do a Facebook series to lose the weight that he intentionally gained? Why? Why is he doing all of that stuff? For publicity. Why? So he can keep getting those roles. So he can keep getting those roles. And now he can capitalize on this infamy and get more money. Oh, but Netflix, they put a halt to. They didn't cancel. They put a halt to. Because they know they gonna make more money when the stuff he start dropping They know it. I don't think y'all being reasonable. I believe it was staged. I believe it was staged for publicity. And let me tell you why it says he can't be bought. And GC seemed to think I can't be bought. But let me tell you why. I will go up in the ring at your next boxing event. Say something about your wife, who I've never met. I'm sure she's a lovely woman. And say something about your wife. And you can come up and slap me. If that's going to make me, if I thought the audience watching, but I don't know that I would do it at a boxing event. Because I don't, I'm not talking about boxing. But, if I believed that it was gonna increase my wealth, yeah, I would do it. Slap me. Especially if you're gonna slap me like a bitch, slap me. But even if you're gonna slap the fire out of me, I'll take a slap for the right amount of money. Yes, I will. No doubt. I take a slap for a couple $1,000s. You know what I'm saying? The right amount of money. And these people talking about this was the Oscars. The world watched that. Yeah, I'll take a slap. All right, you're gonna slap me? That's how I'm gonna do it. All right, Wyatt. Let's practice that a couple times. Wow. 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 And now let my ticket prices go up 10 times. Oh, I got enough money. I don't need to. Then why ain't they letting people in for free? Just do the tour for free. Do the tour for free, Chris Rock. If Chris Rock don't need no money, y'all tell me, why not just do the tour for free? He don't need no money. Yeah, he need that money. That's why he going on tour. He ain't going on tour just for fun. Like, I ain't got nothing else to do. I'm sitting around twiddling my thumbs and I'll just go on tour. I'm bored. That's not why he going on tour. He's going on tour for, come on, say it with me, money. Well, he's worth just how many millions of dollars. He's going on tour for, say it with me, money. Well, why is Will Smith still making movies? Well, he just loves the craft and, then why ain't he doing it for free? Well, I mean, he's just not going to give his time away for free. Why? Because he want that, say it with me, money. He want that. You can say it with me. It don't make you a bad person. Say it with me. Money. That's why people do the stuff that they doing. I just be reasonable, y'all. Be reasonable. Now, I'm not saying you got to believe that it was staged. I'm not telling you got to believe that. I'm saying I believe it. But if your reason why it's not staged is because they got plenty of money, that's ridiculous. You say, oh, I think it was not staged because it looked real. I think it was not staged because I don't think that they're the type of people that will do that. I think it was not staged because all of that is cool. I think it was staged because it looked staged to me. But I'm not telling you as a matter of fact that it was. I'm just saying that's what I think. But even if it wasn't, especially if it wasn't, Will Smith slapped like a bitch. That's the truth. That wasn't a pimp slap or a bitch slap. That was a bitch doing the slapping. That's just the way I see it. You can give me a call. You can give me a call, 513-717-KING. 513-717-KING. That's the number to get on board and share your thoughts. What else was I talking about? There was something else. Oh, I was talking just a little bit about Kyrie and how I'm glad that he's back and that he's playing. Again, I'm not a one of those dudes that can like talk about sports like that. Like I ain't got no insight. I watch it because I enjoy it. I'm rooting for Brooklyn mainly because of Kyrie. Oh, did y'all hear Harbaugh? One of them Harbaughs is gonna let Colin Kaepernick throw at halftime or something like that of a Michigan game. There is still a chance and I'm kind of hanging my hat on this one. There is still a chance that Colin can get back in the league. There's still a chance. But Pete Carroll in Seattle, apparently he was having some sort of talks with Kaepernick about him getting back in the league. And they say the talks ain't really going nowhere right now. But apparently there might be a little opening for Colin Kaepernick to end up back in the league. And if that happens, then I can go back to watching the NFL. And he don't have to be a starter. He can be a backup, but they gotta let him back in the league. There's apparently still a crack in that window. They shut the door, but he trying to sneak in through the window, and apparently there's a crack in there. He might be able to get his fingers under that crack and lift the window and climb in through the window. He might be able to do that. So we will see what happens. I have to believe that it's gonna happen. I have to believe that it's gonna happen because I want to go back to watching the NFL. And I hear y'all, Colin Kaepernick probably watching the NFL. Why ain't you? It's bigger than Colin Kaepernick, to me. Bigger than Colin Kaepernick to me. Jason says talks aren't going anywhere because dude doesn't want to play. He's full of and should just come clean about it. Well, I don't know that to be true. So I figure if he just didn't want to play, he'd probably say, I just don't want to play. He wouldn't, be working out, keeping himself in shape, throwing on a regular basis. This is what not just him, but a number of people who I would imagine would know. A number of people are saying that that's the case, that he's staying in shape. He's throwing on a regular basis. He works out with current players and college players because he want to be ready. So we'll see. We'll see. Will you start watching the USFL? Starts in 2 weeks. Well, I did not know it started in 2 weeks. I will watch the USFL if it starts. I like football. So I'll watch it. Yeah, I want to watch the NFL. I watch college. I'll try to watch the CFL. I try to watch the CFL. I watched the XFL when it was on. Excuse me. Excuse me. Hiccups. But I was clearing my throat and then that made me hiccup. But I watched the XFL. I like football. So yes, I want to watch it. Yes, I want to watch it. Jim Harbaugh had Colin Kaepernick throw at the Michigan spring football game. Okay, yeah, that's what I was talking about. So it already happened. Again, y'all, I'm a little behind. I'll be caught up tomorrow, but sleep was the priority. So I'm a little behind, but yeah, so it already happened. And so they were saying it gave cover to scouts to come out and check him out without actually saying, we're going to check out Colin Kaepernick. This gave them an opportunity to come out and look without giving that away. So the window is still cracked. The window is still cracked. Eddie says, if I had 10 billion, that would be enough. I don't want any more. All I get from there, I would give away to the needy. I don't know that to be true. I can't say, but in my mind, if you got 10 billion, because 10 billion is enough. The fact that you said 10 billion is enough, anything over 10 billion you would give away because you don't need no more than $10 billion. You didn't say like 100 million. You didn't say a billion. You said 10 billion. If you had 10 billion, then you would start giving it away, which leads me to believe that if you had 10 billion, you probably want 20. That's just like, well, I can't live comfortable unless I got 10 billion. But once I get to 10 billion, I'm good. No, in my mind, that you might be being as authentic as humanly possible. You might be. But in my mind, if you got 10 billion, you're going to want 20. You're going to want 20. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. It's natural. It's natural. Nothing wrong with that at all. So I say, hey, people want money. That's what people want. It helps. Livingston must miss the slave plantation if he wants to go back to watching the NFL after Boyd County is for being racist. Huh? What did I miss? I'm certain that there was a great point in there. I don't know what you mean Boyd County is for being racist. I don't know what you mean. Please help me understand that. But I just like football, bro. I just like football. I like to watch the NFL. I haven't in, I don't even remember how many years now, but I haven't, but I would like to watch it. I would have liked to have watched the Super Bowl with the Bengals in it, which reminds me. Now, I told you I got into arguments with people when the Bengals were going to the Super Bowl, and people were swearing. This is going to be so amazing financially for the city of Cincinnati and for its citizens. Yes, people actually said this. I'm not making this up. It's going to be amazing financially for the citizens of the city of Cincinnati. Financially, the citizens of Cincinnati are going to prosper greatly because the Bengals are going to the Super Bowl. Because y'all know me. I was saying like, hey, I mean, it's cool that they're going, but how's that? I mean, it's good for the Bengals. It might be good for a few businesses that deal in that kind of that area. Like if I was printing shirts, it'd probably been real good for me. So that's the printing shirts motion. Got the squeegee in my hand and you push some people pull, I push. So if I was printing shirts, it would have been great for me. Well, that's small, but they were saying it's going to be good for the citizens financially, for the citizens of the city of Cincinnati. I told you I was going to come back and ask, when was we getting our stimulus checks? Because the Bengals went to the Super Bowl. See, now that y'all not inside the excitement, now y'all can think about it reasonably. Like I really want y'all to start thinking about things like even this Will Smith thing, like y'all still caught up in start thinking about things when they're happening reasonably. If you were talking about it's going to be financially beneficial to the citizens of Cincinnati, not just the small group of people who sell merchandise and deal in, I actually had people got mad at me, like mad at me, and told me Cincinnati going to be in the Super Bowl. That means people going to move to Cincinnati. People with money going to move to Cincinnati and the tax base is going to be so increased and that the taxes is going to go down because there's going to be so many rich people move into the city of Cincinnati that the city going to have more money than they know what to do with. So they're going to drop everybody's taxes. I promise y'all, I'm not joking. Somebody, and that was actually a group of people there who was seconding that ridiculous notion. got mad at me and told me I was what did they say? They didn't use the term killjoy. I don't remember exactly the term that they used because I wasn't supporting the Bengals and our taxes was all going to come down because Cincinnati Bengals went to the Super Bowl and it was going to be so, and they said it wasn't just going to be the city of Cincinnati. It was going to be all the surrounding areas too. So taxes was going to come down in Forest Park. Taxes was going to come down in St. Bernard. Taxes were going to, all the surrounding areas. Because the Bengals went, and I'm like, no, it's not. That's not going to happen. That never happens. And I'm trying to explain to them, the New England Patriots won the Super Bowl how many times? And how many times did you move to Boston? You know what I'm saying? That's not how it happens. Hater. They did call me a hater too. Yes. That doesn't happen. When I'm watching the Brooklyn Nets, I'm not thinking about Brooklyn. I'm just enjoying the game. When I'm watching, I know somebody who, when they watch the Eagles, they do think about Philadelphia. They do think about Philadelphia. But me, when I'm watching the Eagles, I'm not thinking about, oh, I could move to Philadelphia. Such a wonderful city. Such amazing people. Will Smith. I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking, boy, I hope the Bengals beat the Eagles. Boy, I hope the Vikings beat the Eagles or whoever. Or I hope the Eagles beat whoever they play, depending on how I feel about the game. Y'all get too hyped about stuff that y'all shouldn't be that hyped about. And when I say too hyped, I mean like y'all put these unreasonable expectations on this stuff. So all y'all who was all, oh, it's gonna be great for the city, and you such a hater, and you such this and this and this and that, because I was just telling y'all it's a business. Stop doing stuff like that. Stop it. It's weird how someone wants to go back to a racist sport after boycotting. The sport itself is not racist. Football as an entity is not racist, so it's not a racist sport. Like hiring a person that stole from you. Nothing like that. Nothing. 513-717-5464. 513-717-KING. That's the number to get on board, because I am the king of talk, in case you didn't know. I am the king of talk. Let me see. I'm looking at the time. I got about 7 minutes. Got about 7 minutes left. There was one other thing that I wanted to discuss, but I can't think of what it is. But we are still in a, well, not we, but a war is still going on. And I have to say, I am actually a little shocked. And y'all might have been right. Y'all might have been right. I don't have no problem admitting when people are right and I might be wrong. Zelensky staying there might not have been the worst move. I would have left. But Zelensky staying there might not have been the worst move. Might not have been the worst move. I'm still afraid something gonna happen to him. He's gonna die. They're gonna find him and blow him up or something. But okay. It was a good, nice little brave move. I wouldn't have done it, but it was a nice little brave move. And the people of Ukraine, they're showing a lot of heart. They're showing a lot of heart. Now, again, I'm just saying, if I was the leader of the country, like, that's why, he's in hiding. He's not out there on the front line. And when I say he's in hiding, I mean he's not out there on the front line fighting soldiers. But and apparently the Russian military, they kind of don't know what they're doing. That's the reports that I'm kind of reading, is that they kind of don't know what they're doing. So, there's that. But hopefully, they pull out and go home sometime soon. Because people are still dying. And, it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. So I hope everything kind of gets put right. I still feel like we're on the verge of a world war. And I don't want that to be the case. I don't want us to find ourselves in a position where innocent, non-involved Americans are somehow put on the front line. All right, y'all. I got to get ready to get out of here. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I'm looking at a few stories real quick. Family of 60-year-old black man killed by Georgia trooper reaches $4.8 million settlement. And they say that like that's a lot of money, but $4.8 million is not a whole lot of money. It's not a whole lot of money. For my life, like, I guess it all depends on how you look at it. No, not really, but follow me on this one for just a moment. The way that I look at it, when you go to say something is a lot of money, when you're talking about somebody's life, there are people who go get $1 million life insurance policy and then try to find ways to get themselves killed so that their family can, take the $1 million and do whatever. And depending on your economic level, that'd be a lot of money. That could be a lot of money. But if you said to me, look, Emanuel, we're going to kill you, but we're going to give your family $4.8 million. This is round, $5 million. Tax-free. $5 million. Mrs. Livingston, your kids, your grandkids, they're going to have to split that money, maybe fight over it, whatever happens. Are you willing to let us kill you? My answer would be no. I don't know, but they're going to get $5 million. That ain't no money. You're talking about my life. So when I look at stories like that, they settled for $4.8 million. And then, there's a good chance there's a lawyer involved who's probably taking at least a third of that. That's not a lot of money. That's not a lot of money. Not to mention all the trauma involved. Just not a lot of money. Suicide is typically not an option when you're talking about a life insurance policy. It's been my understanding that that's not one of the things that's covered. Like, you don't get $1 million life insurance policy when you go commit suicide. They're like, yeah, no, we don't pay out for that. He tried to scam me. Sorry, you don't get the money. So don't believe that to be the case. All right. Don't believe that to be the case. All right, let's see. It is about 3:00. I got to get out of here. Believe it or not, I got to run over to that church. It's some stuff that I had to do. But I won't be there long today. So I got to get out of here. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Everybody who called me, I appreciate y'all as well. So this will be the number. So far, like, I might change services if as I get deeper into this thing, I might look at it and be like, I don't like this service, which means the number would change. But for the immediate future, but I believe at least the next 30 days, because I'm paying about a month. So it is what it is. 30 days, this is the number. I will figure out how I can, maybe get it. Hold on, I had to look. Maybe get it here. If I can get it put here, then it'll just be up there. And then I can do all the other stuff some other way. But I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I appreciate y'all, taking a little time out of y'all afternoon to spend with me. And sorry about all the Will Smith talk. Look, I tried to just talk about it and move on, but then, Wyatt called in and he had to draw me back in. A few other people commented to draw me back in, but I'm finished with it. I said what I had to say, and that's it. And I'm comfortable if you don't agree with me. If you don't agree with me, I'm comfortable. I will not slap you. Who slaps people? But I will not slap you because we don't agree. We don't gotta argue about it or fight about it. We just don't agree. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. All right. All right, y'all. Let me get out of here. I appreciate y'all hanging with me. Am I calling Wyatt a chaos agent? No, we just don't agree. We just don't agree. And again, I'm not even saying that I know for sure that it was staged. It just looked staged to me. Again, I've seen better slaps in wrestling. So, but maybe he just slapped like a bitch. So that is what it is. All right. Until next time, it's been the afternoon experience. I'm Emanuel Livingston. I'm out, y'all. Peace.